Welcome back to Grassroots Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes, as well as get in tune and join our Discord. We talk about everything from stocks, games, music, culture, everything across the board. If you can't find it, please hit one of us up. It'll be in our next episode as well as in the description. But let's get to it. We have a very special guest today. I'm going to tell a little story, and I told her that I was going to tell the story on air as we recorded because I found her literally on Instagram. So I'm an art enthusiast. You guys know this. So as I'm scrolling, I see this beautiful picture. So I said, what the hell is this? So I see the picture, and I'll share the picture to give you guys the visual in the actual episode. So NAHLI, you'll see what I'm talking about. But
okay.
I love the art. I know. I love the art. And then come to find out, not only is she an artist, but she's an actual artist, like a recording artist. And boy, oh boy, is the music amazing. So first and foremost, I want to welcome NAHLI to the show. Let's clap it up for her. Let's make some noise for her.
Round of applause.
How are you feeling? How is everything going? How's your mental health?
Do you know what? My mental health is actually always pretty level, thankfully, just because I'm always creating. I'm always getting all the bad energy out, whether it's in music or if it's in art. If I wasn't doing those things, I'd probably be in quite a weird place.
Yeah.
But it's weird over here. It's still the lockdown's still really strict. Like everything's still shut, pubs, everything. I went out today for a walk, and it felt like the first thing I had done in
felt like heaven, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so muddy and gross, but I've completely ruined my New Yeezy, so I won't be saying those again. But yeah, it's my mental's in a pretty good place.
Okay. Now I see a painting back there. I'm being nosy. What are you working on? What's that?
This is gonna be Kobe. I've got all my paintings here.
Dope.
Oh my God, the Mamba.
Brandon, you better buy that.
Yes, yeah.
It's out for you just because why not?
Oh wow.
This is Tiana Taylor.
That is super fire.
That's dope.
Wow.
That's a huge canvas.
Listen, man.
That's a big canvas.
But again, for the viewers, and you guys will see this on the YouTube. But boy, oh boy, this canvas is amazing of Tiana Taylor. That is amazing.
Yeah,
Jesus, that's fire.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's gonna be Kobe Bryant. Somebody from LA has asked me to do it, so that's my first overseas commission. So that's crazy, actually.
Well, I'm going to be your second because I too need a Mamba canvas, please. Mamba Nation forever. I need a canvas, please.
I would definitely do one for you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So first, let's touch some things and then let's have a little bit of fun. So Chris, where are we starting first? Where should we start off?
We should start with NAHLI. I mean, we got her on the show, so let's get into background. I want to really get into her singing career. I mean, we've seen the artwork, amazing. So let's get into the music.
Let's go. All right. So first and foremost, one of my favorite records is by Snow Allegra, right? And again, that's not an easy record. It's obviously it's a massive record. I feel like it's one of those records. It's very risque to touch just because of how massive the record is, right? And here comes NAHLI destroying this record. Very, very rarely. And I'm not saying that, again, NAHLI, again, me and you have only spoken a few times, but literally, I always comment on your music and everything. So, but that it was just a different feel to it, and it sounded authentic. But then to hear how it was made, I want to get into a little bit of that, and then I want to get into a little bit of your music career. Like, tell me a little bit about yourself. So let's start there. What gave that inspiration of the visuals and all of these things? Because it's crazy. And this was all shot in your home, in your bedroom, correct?
Yeah, in my living room.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My manager, Da Vinci, we were having a conversation, and I was saying, I need to do something. I need to do something musical. I've just been focusing solely on art because I was like, that's the only thing that I can be in control of, the only thing that I know that I can get up and do every day. And I was like, none of the studios are available. Like, how am I supposed to create in music? And he was just like, just do it yourself. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was just like, yeah, don't, you'll be fine. You can do it yourself. And I was like, right, okay. So I just sat on YouTube for hours and hours, worked out how to use Logic and how to record my own vocals. My girlfriend, she bought me a microphone for my birthday. So I had all my kit set. And then, yeah, so I just sat here for hours and hours and I just got myself the best vocal that I could possibly make. Because I'm such a perfectionist as well. Like it really takes me so long to make sure it's perfect. And then my girlfriend, she's got a sick camera at home. And she was just like, let's just do it in the front room. And I was like, oh, I don't know if we can. And she was like, of course we can do whatever we want. And then we just created it. And I just edited it on Final Cut. And then I stuck it out. I didn't really think much of it. I didn't know if anyone was going to love it or if they were just, I just thought it would just slink into Instagram, but everyone absolutely loved it. Everyone was saying like it's inspired them to do more stuff at home, and that's what I want really. I want people to be inspired by stuff. I don't care if people think that I look good or if I sound that good. I just want people to feel something more than that. So that was really important to me to get that kind of feedback.
Yeah. Go ahead, Wilson.
Yeah. So I was listening to your album Therapy Side A. And I was gonna ask you because I was like looking at your paper, like your paintings and everything. Your music's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like one fuels the other as far as your paintings and your music, or do you kind of look at them as like two separate things? They don't come together, like in a package, kind of.
I only started properly painting in May, so it's always been music. It's the only reason why art has come into play is just because I couldn't do music from home, or I thought I couldn't. So I was like, right, I have to do something. So I just picked up a paintbrush properly in May last year.
What?
So yeah.
That again, I was gonna save that. I was gonna save that. That's why she's on the show, honestly. Because when I did research on her and found out that she just started doing that canvas shit back there, I had to talk to her.
Well, now I'm inspired because I just got an iPad and I just picked up an Apple Pen. I'm about to start drawing. Is there good money in the art world? Is this something I should take serious?
Yes. I mean, it's just, I'm just a creative person. You can ask me to do any mental arithmetic, I'll be there all day. Like I can't do anything else, but if I can just create. And I can't sit still. I can't not do anything. I had to find something to fill up my time because I was just going through Netflix like nobody's business. I've completed Netflix. So I had to just focus on this. And then because I first started last December, as in that's the first time I tried to just draw anything, but then I broke my leg. I snapped my shin bone.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So I wished you well. I saw that.
Yeah, so that was like really, really bad. And then I was like pretty bed bound. So I was like, okay, what can I do from my bed? And that's where this came in, because like I could just sit there on my ass and paint all day.
So how does one snap their shin bone?
I'm imagining Muay Thai of some sort.
Soccer, football.
Kickboxing.
It should be something really exciting, but I just got too drunk and tried to skateboard.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
That sounds very exciting. Actually,
that sounds like a vibe. That sounds like a great time.
That's a good night. That was a good night.
It was the worst experience ever. Like I can't even express to you the pain. Like, you know, when you just whack your shin bone and it just shoots through your whole body. It was like that, but times a fucking million, and it just never stopped. So I have like a big titanium rod through my leg now instead.
So it's probably stronger.
Yeah. I'm untouchable now.
Yeah, you got a weapon.
I was about to say that's a lethal weapon. One drop kick and somebody has a problem.
Yeah, I want to who dared you? Who was it? Like, no, I said I can do that.
It was me. It was my own fault. I was just like, ooh, what's that? And then I just jumped on it, and I don't know why. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. To be honest, I guess
you were thinking you could do it.
Well, yeah, we're talking about a woman who just picks up a paintbrush and makes masterpieces.
Yeah,
of course, she saw a snowboard and was off to the races.
Seriously.
Yeah, so that wasn't very good.
Oh man. So all right. So I have another question just around music.
Yeah.
When did you start to like actually record? Because now I'm fascinated. If you're picking up paintbrushes in your leisure and just saying, oh, I'm going to paint a magnificent canvas of all of these elegant people, and then it comes out amazing. Like, when did you pick up a mic?
I'm gonna say, when was it? I had never sang in front of anyone because my mom's a singer and my dad's a singer, and I never wanted to be anything like them. I don't know, like they didn't inspire me to want to be an artist because it just looked like hard work. Like I just thought that's just not me. Like late nights, or like it was just looked super stressful and just not worth it. But actually, once I had picked up a microphone for the first time, I was probably like 21. And then I started singing, and I don't know, I just thought, oh, I have to do this forever. And I don't know what it is. It's just, I'm not a very open person about my emotions or anything like that. I don't really like to speak about them. I'm not that good at stuff like that. So I found that music was an excuse for me to explain all of my emotions, talk about my emotions lyrically. And then I felt like relieved. And that's when I was just like, oh, okay, this is actually something really, really beneficial for me. And I like it. I enjoy it. And that's why my EP is called Therapy, because that's exactly what it is to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was about 21.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, Jesus. And now, well, I guess the other thing is, has that changed your perspective on creating? Because like, much like us, right? Like we would normally be recording in person, but per COVID and lockdowns and all that other stuff, and we'll get into that later on in the show. But like, now that you're able to be home and you're able to create in your own safe space of sorts, does that change, or do you think that will change your creative process as the world opens back up and studios open up? Like, do you see yourself going back into a studio, or just sitting at home and just, creating?
I'm really hoping that it will go into the studio realm, because doing everything myself is amazing, because I like having full control of it, but it's hard. It's like I'm trying to be my own marketing person, my own everything, video, vocals, everything. So whenever I do something, it feels amazing once it's done, but the whole process can be like a lot. So yeah, I mean, when studios open back up again, I will gladly go and just take some of the load off. But in the meantime, doing it by myself is great, and it's taking up all my time. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this to do. Like just especially where I live as well. Like I live in like an industrial warehouse building. So my house is just one big room with a mezzanine. So like I can't get out and about. I can't really do much. So just being here, being able to do that, I'm actually quite blessed. I feel really, really grateful to even be able to do that, because a lot of my musician friends, they know how to do that, but say for example, they don't have the equipment,
the resources.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's dope, man. Like I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just picturing the artist. You live in a warehouse, paint and make music in London.
That's what I was thinking. On the show Billions, there was like this artist. He put him in a crib like that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's great.
Who are some of your musical influences? Is it strictly UK artists or across the pond, as they say?
No, well, I actually the band that I grew up most with, I had them on repeat. I also used to listen to like loads of Savage Garden and like weird people like that. Nirvana was like a big one for me as well. But I don't feel like I listen to music and think I want mine to sound like that. I just feel like when I do my music, I feel like subconsciously I'm being influenced by those things, but I actually wouldn't even know how to say who exactly they are. But my biggest thing, actually, sometimes a lot of people say, oh, I love your music, it's very Amy Winehouse. And I'm like, really? Like, then they're like, did you mean to do that? And I'm like, no. That's like my biggest compliment. I always get really like, I'm always really taken back by that one, because I really look up to her. I think she's such an amazing, fantastic artist. And to even have that slight comparison is always pretty mind-blowing for me.
Well, that's funny, because I was scrolling. I was gonna tell you the name of the record. That's really what caught me. you had, I love raspy singers. I love singers where you can hear the tone, you can hear almost like the pain or the struggle in the music.
Yeah.
And it was, I can't remember the name of the record, but I'm gonna find it so we can share it. And I'm definitely gonna share your cover of Snow. It's amazing. But that record in particular, it just felt like soul. And I was like, what is this? And then I started diving more, and then I was like, holy shit. I was like, all right, this is amazing. So I also wanted to touch on a little bit too, as far as like when you are creating just in Logic or any of these programs, right? When you're putting out your content or videos or anything, do you, and I know this is going to be a strange question, but I'll give you the context about it, right? Most people, most artists either are very much like, hey, I'm about what I am, and you either like it or love it, or they acquiesce or cater to the audience that they're, you know, trying to position to, right?
Yeah.
So now as you're creating and you're like, let's say doing a cover or just putting out music that you were maybe unsure about or anything like that, has that changed your perspective now, considering all of these things that you maybe thought were kind of like, it'll be hit or miss, that are now really, really amazing things? Like, does it change your perspective to be a little bit more open and be a little bit more vulnerable with your creativity?
Oh, I don't know, Brandon, but
Your audio must be off.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of knife crime in these London streets out here.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what the statistics are, but it's pretty horrific actually. But I don't know what it is about lockdown, but it's causing everyone to go absolutely mental. There was like a stabbing outside of our home like 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
Yeah, and I heard like, but not even just London, like London and all the surrounding areas as well. Like there's a place called Reading. There's been loads and loads of awful things happening there as well that are like quite unusual. But like one of my friends is from there, and he said, you know, he's never seen stuff like this go on where he lives normally, and it's been happening like right outside his house. So I don't know whether just being enclosed is just making everyone go berserk, but it's pretty bad, yeah.
So the knife crime is actual knife violence. That's like the UK version of the knockout game. Like over here, like people, like you would just be walking down the street, somebody just walk up and knock you out.
Oh,
like,
right.
That became a thing down here. So down there, they're just walking around, just stabbing random people.
Yeah, literally.
I
mean, it's just worse than it's been in the past, but I mean, it's always pretty bad in London anyway.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'll be honest. I've been to London. As much as I love London, a lot of the people over there are nasty. Like, but I also think though there's a culture gap, right? Like, I do realize that there were times when I was over there that it was just a cultural difference. Like their gestures, how they say things, we would take them differently just being from New York or New Jersey or just from the States, just because of mannerisms or how they're said or even how they're articulated. But then there are times where, again, there's been plenty of times where things have happened in London where it's like, okay, this got to move a little differently. No, serious. I'm telling you, London is great, but much like any place in the world, every place has their bad parts.
Yeah, and there's so much like homelessness here, like really, really bad. It's like everywhere you go, there's someone sat on the corner, and there's so many people like visibly on drugs as well, which is obviously spurring loads more violence. And it's definitely just got worse like in the last 12 months for sure, because more and more people are becoming homeless, more and more people trying to.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose it's like that everywhere. It must be like just as bad in New York.
Crazy. Well, right? I mean, I feel like that's a good segue. We can get into the climate over here. So
Mayor DeBozo.
I mean, Nas, go ahead and touch on this one. Might as well.
So over here on this side, the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, as I affectionately call him, Bill de Bozo. Bozo is a famous clown in the 60s. His name just works perfectly. But what happens is here, I know New York, Jersey, California, Southern Cal, when they loosened up certain laws and they stopped, the police stopped kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? putting the hammer down, so to say, crime went up.
Right.
You know, so the climate over here is just like in the UK, really. You know, people are hungry, people are tired, and rents are too high. You have a homeless population.
Yeah, you can definitely see that about London. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so when you have a mixture of things and you throw in a pandemic and COVID, and everybody's kind of locked down and you can't move, and your freedom kind of gets snatched away from you, crime goes up. You know, where I know in New York this past summer, I've seen things that it's reminiscent of yesteryear in a way. It's like early 90s, late 80s New York when shit was crazy. You know, but Brandon can speak on that. He was around. He was a teenager back then.
You're showing your age. I was not around. You're much older than I am. Thank you very much. But
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon.
But no, I was gonna say, I guess do we see that even changing? Like, what is I feel like this is becoming the new normal, and for me, it's scary. Like, much like you, NAHLI, I'm very much a person that I like to control things in terms of, like, if I'm home, like, I'm very much a homebody, but when I want to go out, I want to go out. Like, I want to go do something. The fact that I can't just go out and go to an event or go somewhere and do something, it starts to take a toll. But I mean, even if we're getting into like economy, like in stock market, we were talking about that in pre-production a lot. For those that don't know that are tuning in, again, if you're not paying attention to the stock market and everything that's been happening over the weekend, news came out that Robinhood I'll say, for lack of a better word, were restricting a lot of sales between stock market and a whole bunch of other things, right? It then came out that Reddit users actually drove up the price of GameStop. GameStop is one of the major game companies out here that sells games and things like that. But not only is that the case, but it was a struggling company at one point, to now where, again, people invested so much money into GameStop and Reddit users drove the price up for that stock to the point where now everyone is in a disarray, and now everyone is looking at even Robinhood and stock market differently, just because you can see where things are being manipulated. I feel like now people are being more and more conscious of what type of substance they're intaking, as well as distributing out. And I think that it's going to be hard to kind of pull the wool over people's eyes more and more, just because of the fact of the pandemic, because we're just sitting here, like, we have nothing else but to do but pay attention. Makes sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I just think that it's one of those things where, when really more from an information perspective, I think, like, a lot of it is us walking out on our daily day, right? Trying to just get information, trying to find an outlet. And I think that more and more you're going to start to see these crazy things happen, just because at the end of the day, people are just bored. Like, people have nothing else better to do. So it's either drugs, crime, internet, creating, or whatever else your cup of tea is. So, I mean, I just wonder if we'll ever get back to a comfortable place, I think is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching a documentary on this whole pandemic situation day before yesterday, actually, and it was just saying, like, if we're expecting the world to even go slightly back to like normal, then we're kind of mistaken, just because there's like loads of factors to it, just even like the way we pay for things, or just the way the whole world works as it stands. Like, at this time, it's not going to ever go back to normal. It's a scary thought. It is scary. And I even find that, like, I was having a conversation as well recently, like, I'm even sort of, I don't have anything to talk about with anybody. That's my biggest concern right now. Like, I actually have nothing to say to my friends when we sit, like, they'll ring me, or they'll say things like, how are you doing? And I'm like, how you doing?
I'm just here. We're here.
Surviving. How about you? It's weird. Like, even like when I speak to my mum on the phone, I find myself like just like I just have nothing like important to say or anything, because when I'm at home I switch off. I don't even know what's going on in the world around me sometimes. Like I feel like the only way for me to feel good is to sort of shut out from the outside world. And then I catch up on all the news, because I'm thinking, right, okay, I have to know at least something that's going on. And then I get sort of frightened by it all again, and then cut out of it. It's just like when I went for a walk today, I was trying to have conversations with the group of people that we were with, and I found myself thinking, like, you're so boring at the moment. Like, I don't know what to say. I can only talk about certain things so many times to my same circle of friends. So, you know, I just can't wait for things to go normal, and just for everyone's lives to get back to normal, whatever that normal will be. Like,
what's the sentiment over there in regards to the vaccine? Like, are you taking it? Are you going to take the vaccine?
No, I feel like I'm the only one out of everyone that I know that's like so against it.
Like, peer pressure.
Well.
I just don't want that going in my body. I just don't want that going in my body.
Yeah.
But some of my friends have already had it.
Right.
And you know, I have conversations with my mum, like, please don't have it, mum, because we don't know what the long-term effects are going to be. Nobody knows. Like, basically, there's no guinea pigs that's been tested on before. We are the guinea pigs. We have no idea what it's going to be like. But yeah, I'm definitely not. I only of you going to get it.
Yo, the seriousness in her face, she said, I'm definitely not getting that.
No, like, that's literally not right.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I had signed up for it. However, I'm at home right now with COVID. Like, you have
it right now?
Right now, yeah.
Don't worry, you can't get it through the Zoom.
Yeah.
What's it like? Like, what's it like?
I've already called my doctor and checked.
It's right now.
Yo, can you imagine if he says, "Oh, it's a blast. I'm having a great time." Like,
no, fortunately enough, I only got mild symptoms.
Yeah,
you know,
I can kind of hear it in your voice a little bit.
I can hear it in your voice, though.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
He also looks like he's about to overheat.
On top of the fact his beard is crazy.
Yeah, I lost my beard.
It's not existent.
That's one of the side effects.
Yeah, one of the side effects.
Every time I get like a slight tickly cough, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know until I went to the doctors. I had went to exercise before. I went to the gym before, so I'm thinking my muscle soreness was from the gym.
Right.
Lo and behold, boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Well, boy, was I wrong. I got the positive test, and then I started getting all these basically like condolences texts. Like everybody was like, "Hey, well, you know, good knowing you."
let me ask you a question. Is it true that the symptoms are worse at night?
Yeah, at night you do feel it a little more. But again, I didn't know. I'm an idiot. I was sweating Monday and Tuesday night, sweating my balls off, pardon my language. And then I'm like, why am I sweating so much? The windows are open. Like, I'm down in the skivvies.
Are you scared?
No.
No. Be honest.
That's a real question. You can be scared.
Are all your affairs in order?
I mean, for the most part.
Like, you got to be thinking about stuff like that.
Why?
No, not if you're getting miles.
Listen,
I was about to say, you didn't realize
that's what I would be thinking about.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get him to say that. He's a stone cold killer. Look, he doesn't show any emotion about anything. He's like, I have COVID. Yeah. Like, there's nothing. Like, you're never gonna get him to say he's feeling sad. You're never gonna get him to be like, oh, I'm worried. Like, name the last time Nas ever expressed any sort of emotion. He's a robot. The way that I'm looking at this is, he's a robot that got a virus. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Be honest with you, man. You didn't choose to get here. You don't choose when you get to leave, and you don't get to choose how you get to check out.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
So,
like, that's why I'm talking to this guy. That's why I can't give him any positive affirmations.
I was trying to pull out that humanity.
Yeah, like it's just cold, but
nah, man. Listen, I'm one of
the affairs in order.
I'm one of the fortunate ones. My grandfather was still here. I got survived two heart attacks. He caught COVID and still ticking. Grandma had a couple.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
My grandma had a couple of strokes. Caught COVID. She's still here.
So basically, your whole family's just resilient to everything. Like you're all staying here for life.
Unless you put a bottle of Jack Daniels in front of my grandfather, then.
So stupid to do like that.
Then you broke him. Then you broke him.
So, oh my God, that's so funny.
I'm over here sick. Oh my God.
So, yo, I was gonna say, being that your grandparents had survived and everything, and their age bracket is probably the people that are affected the most by it.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like we may have, or the world may have, overreacted just a little bit in our response to COVID, with things being the way how they still kind of are, but you can still walk through a mall. There's people there. How do you guys feel about today's current state? Do you feel like things should be a little bit even more close to normal?
No, I think it's going further and further away from normalcy. Just because it's simple,
though, is what I'm asking. Like, how do you feel about it?
Yeah. No, if I'm being honest, as much as I would love back normalcy and to hang with you guys, you know what I'm saying, and really, really interact and do things, I still hang my hat on the fact that we still don't even know how this thing is moving. Like 1 minute it's, hey, you can't touch surfaces. Next minute, oh no, surfaces are fine. Next minute is, hey, don't come in close proximity with people. But then there are people that I know for a fact that have never left their house and have gotten sick. Like, so that's the only thing I really, really worry about. Like for me, I'm asthmatic. So for me, I'm susceptible. I get sick and lungs flew up the whole nine. So I try to be very cautionary with that as well. But that's the one thing, even when I leave my home just to go get little things or even go to a friend's house or whatever, is that little interaction of the information that they give you. Just don't know what is really happening. And if you're looking at the news, they can't really explain it. They can't really say, they can't give us a definitive answer of, hey, if you touched that surface on that time or that person or anything, that, you'll get it or not get it. So that uncertainty for me is what just keeps me a little bit more patient. While I'm frustrated, I'm sure like everyone else wanting to go do shit, you got to think about the long term, because and I was explaining this last night, not to even ramble, but they were saying that with the COVID vaccine that they've mass produced now, that even though they hit their target number on mass producing it, it still is not enough. And they're we're foreshadowing as that pretty much we're going to be back in the same situation where we were, needing more vaccine and an outbreak potentially spreading even more, considering these new things that are these new news. I'm getting lost in my words, but these new what's the lack of a better word? Situations, I guess, happening that are occurring in the news where there's mutations and there's this vaccine is allegedly killed X amount of people. Like, it's still very cloudy for me. So I don't know how you guys feel about it.
London's just done everything the wrong way around. Like our numbers are just like this. Like 1 minute we're allowed to go out and we're allowed to socialize, and then the next minute we're back in like a really high tier because nobody's listening over here. Like nobody's listening. Like there's areas of London where everyone's doing as they're told, but there's still people partying and doing whatever they want. And we had that the
mutant strand thing. You guys had a good 4 cases.
It's the UK strand. It's the UK.
Yeah.
Strand.
So yeah.
Exactly. So what the hell's all that about? 1 minute we were told that we were in a few weeks think life should go back to normal again, and then we got put into like something called like the tier 4 thing. And it's like that everywhere. Everywhere is slowly getting shut down more and more and more. And I can't see that changing for ages because people are still not listening. Like, I don't know what it is about British people, but we're all total idiots. Like, we just don't listen to anything. So like, there's still parties going on. There's still stuff going on. So it's pretty bad here. But like, what's it like in New York? You can still places open. Like, can you go to bars or anything? Like, I don't even know
25.
how.
They just opened up.
They just
yeah.
They opened but I'm sure they're gonna close it
February 12th. Is that no 14th for Valentine's Day.
14th, Valentine's Day.
They're gonna open up for 25% capacity at restaurants.
Well, that's just New York, though, right? In other states, it's pretty.
Yeah, each state operates
normal,
different.
though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Florida, like you take Florida for example. Florida's open.
Yeah.
But their numbers are less than New York. So they're trying to figure out like, well, they're open, but the bozo closed down New York City. So what's the difference?
You have to stop calling him the bozo.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I like it.
That, and then I will get in big trouble.
You're not gonna do anything.
They're not gonna do anything to you. Yeah, you're across the pond somewhere in a safe warehouse painting and shit. We have to worry about it over here.
Yeah.
Messing with Nas.
His name is Mayor DeBozo. Ruined New York City. He ruined it. I'm sorry. I don't know how you feel about London, but I love my city, and I think he ruined it. And I'm gonna go off on my little tangent about politics, but when you have people defecating and urinating in the streets, and you tell the cops don't do anything, can you imagine going out to a nice restaurant and paying $200, $300 a plate, and somebody's just there doing their business in front of the window, and nobody does anything? Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Maybe I'm just an old man.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned.
Maybe I'm just an old-fashioned guy. I don't know.
I was gonna say you are an old fart, but I feel you. I do understand where you're coming from.
Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't want people using the bathroom in front of me while I'm trying to enjoy a nice piece of chicken. I don't know. Call me weird. Go on.
Yo, can you imagine that though? You could be eating like a steak or something crazy, like, oh, this is delicious, and you just see somebody like taking a shit next to you. It's like,
you be pissed off.
Actually, I don't want it.
Actually, I think I'm gonna skip dessert. I think I'm good there. I'll pass.
And then that man go, oh no, it's all right, it's perfectly all right. Yeah, he's good. No, I'm good on that.
That's actually the first I've heard of that. That's wild.
Well, yeah, because he I mean, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to bore you to death with the politics of New York City, man. But
it's interesting to know because I would never know any of these things.
Oh well.
That's the funny thing though. Like when you do catch the news and when you see like stateside news, like do you ever see crazy shit and be like, yo, that's like I'm happy I don't live there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever see like any, even though again London is crazy,
we've become that country.
Like,
we're that country now.
I feel like on the road we're that country.
It's not on the level.
You see the Capitol building getting stormed. You see.
That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous out there. Now it's dangerous out there. Like the fact that they stormed the Capitol. Like, what did you see that? I'm sure you saw it. Everyone saw it, right? What was your first reaction? Because I could tell you mine.
She said a bunch of goddamn savages over there.
He was dressed like a savage. Who was that guy?
Listen, I don't know.
Yeah, a savage, a crazy man.
I don't know. Man.
He was actually dressed up as like a character from The Simpsons.
That's America in a nutshell.
The guy in the buffalo hat and all that.
That's America.
That was a Simpsons character.
You know how dumb I am. The fact that you just said that. This is my dumbness to like a next level because I saw a meme and I believe every meme that I see, and it was like, oh look, The Simpsons predicted it again, and I was like, shit.
Trust me.
They always predict everything. I really thought it was the other way around.
Any amount of dumbness that you could possibly possess is minuscule compared to those people that stormed the Capitol. Those people are completely out of their minds.
But they think about it.
Huh?
Well, that's number one. Too
easy.
They got in easy. Number one. Number two. How dumb can you be to take pictures on desks? Like no one would find you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought it's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's just all just very, very interesting.
When I told my fault, Brandon, as it reminds me, you ever see I think it's Team America, like the old South Park movie. Yeah. And they said all the problems, it's all been the UK.
America. Fuck yeah.
So the theory is that ever since we broke and through the tea in the Boston Harbor, the UK has been trying to sabotage America. And they said, so it's basically this whole thing. I thought it was hilarious. It's a plot.
It's a plot.
You want to break up with us?
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely a plot. All right. Okay, no problem.
All right, we got you.
No problem. Man.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Well, all right. We have this is the part of the show where we do have to cover a serious topic, and I hate that we have to cover this topic. Now, before we cover this topic, I want to say everyone on this show, no one is saying this but me, and we're covering this respectfully, just because we're media, right? Like we have a due diligence. We have to do our due diligence in reporting out on certain things. We're not going to dive into this just because it's a very sensitive topic for all people involved and very, very serious allegations. So we'll just get into it briefly. So over the weekend, news broke that allegations swirled around T.I. and Tiny. Well, it really allegedly started with a police report that was called in on T.I. To the effect of a weapon being pulled and a 911 call was made. Upon that call being happening or taking place, I should say, reports came out of allegations of women making allegations about T.I. and Tiny and their sexual interactions, I will say. The allegations are very, very serious. They're talking about trafficking. They're talking about being forced, when these women are being forced to take mind-altering substances, a whole slew of things. Now, I want to go on by saying that this is all allegedly. T.I. has now, again, made a statement to the public addressing these allegations, and he has flat out said, I have not done any of the things that I've been accused of. There are evils at play and more to come. He's since then put out numerous, I'll say messages, or I'll say text messages or emails showing proof of a few of the allegations that him and his wife are facing, that they are found to be true. A few of the victims were caught pretty much making up fake stories, sending it to actual real victims or the woman that's spearheading this whole campaign, whatever is happening, and that was found to be false, I guess, from what T.I. and his wife were saying. So, and I don't want any of you guys to talk about it. I just felt like as a media platform, we do have our due diligence to talk about it. I do want to say to victims, to T.I. and his wife, to anyone involved, I do want to send our prayers as a platform to those people, whether it's true, false, whether what's happening is it, that these are very, very serious allegations. And I always try to just keep in mind that, again, we are in COVID, man. Like I really, really try to just keep that in mind. The reason I say that is because of mental health. Like no one knows what anyone's going through, be it victims, be it the accused, be it anything. So I just want to say that, and more to come. I'm sure we'll report out on it responsibly and more detailed as more facts come. But that is what happened over the weekend. You guys, from a viewership, fans, you guys go and do your own due diligence on it. Until we get more information, none of us on this platform are going to give any sort of opinions or anything about it, just because we don't have all the facts or all of the information. So I just wanted to say that. And someone tell a joke or something so we can lighten the mood, because that was really heavy for me.
I got it. Can it be a joke about the issue?
No, it can't be a joke about the issue. Jesus.
I cracked it in the group chat.
Oh,
I think it's clean.
But, no,
okay,
it's not clean. It's not clean. Jesus.
Hold on, I want to ask NAHLI, that was your girl in the music video that you just did?
Yeah.
That's dope. She got like a little Ruby Rose thing going on.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's downstairs with headphones on.
Oh, so that's dope, man. Because I was wondering when I saw the video, and then I checked your Twitter. I was like, I wonder if you were just acting, or did or were you a part of the community? So that's dope though.
Yeah, the guy who directed the music video, he messaged me and he was like, I really love your love, and I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And he was like, I want you to come and represent the community. And he was like, I really want it to be you too, because like I find you really inspiring. And I was really taken back actually, because it's quite a big deal. There's not a huge amount of videos with that kind of representation in it, so I felt really proud to do that.
Yeah, man, that was dope.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought it was beautiful. Literally after the show, I'm going to share a bunch of my favorite pieces from you. Just because I really, and I mean this, and I'd like to think you got a good sense of us on the show. We really do like your music and just everything about you. I think you're really a dope talent, honestly. And hopefully we can have you back on again. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. What else are you working on? What more can we expect? Outside of us, we're probably going to stalk you anyway and beg you for music. And I do want, and I am going to make a request. Can you send me that cover? Can you email me the cover if you have it? I really want to listen to it in my car, please.
I actually have another one on the way that I'm working on at the minute, and it's Her Fate. You know Fate? You know that song?
Can you send it to me? I promise. I'm a vault. I promise I won't do anything with it. I just want to hear
I'll send it. You'll love it. But yeah,
please. I'm a music junkie. Please send me music.
The whole EP, the whole other side to the EP is on it. It is being finished probably in the next 3 months. So that'll be cool.
Oh yeah, I will be in tune for
it. It's like levels up, because the first one that I put out was the first time that I was doing my solo music stuff, so I was like very new to it, really working on sort of what my sound was going to be. And then since then I've grown a huge amount, so it feels and it sounds like leaps and bounds from the first one. So I'm like really excited to put that one out, and they're all really honest as well. Like, there's one called Self-Sabotage, because that's all I fucking do.
Don't we all?
I was going to say, don't we all? We all do it. We all do it. It happens. You human.
It's just like another honest chapter of me. So it'll be cool. I'm really happy.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to support it. NAHLI, honestly, thank you for coming on. I really enjoyed your perspective. And it was good to hear like someone out of the country, like hear how you view us and hear what you guys are going through. Right? Like I always wondered those things when I speak to people out of the country. Like, how do you think we're crazy?
Of course,
you know, is it crazy over there? You know what I'm saying? Like it's always an interesting thing to have those that dialogue and that conversation. So I really want to thank you for your time. And I know we've been pinging back and forth trying to figure it out, but I'm really grateful that you came on. And I like I said, I definitely want that Mamba canvas. I need that. I'm gonna actually, I'll tell you something off air about that Tiana Taylor piece, but I want to try to do something. I'll tell you off air for you.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off air. But
Fine.
Outside of that, does anybody else have anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, you want to try an American accent?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was gonna ask her if she acts, because it seems like the exact type of situation. Like she would be starring in like one of my favorite shows. Then they interview her, and I find out that she has an accent.
I want to be in like a whole series. I don't even know where to begin, but I'm gonna do it.
All right,
I'm
so
like
give us
I don't think.
Before we get out of here, give us your best American accent. Go.
Okay, guys, like it was so good to see you today. I really appreciate you having me on. I hope to catch up with you again soon. And I really, oh my God, I really want to hear your British accent. Go.
I don't have
NAHLI, you're a freak of nature. I'm done talking to you. You're a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Was it I can?
Yeah,
it was very good. And it makes me wonder, whenever someone with the British accent does the American accent, like, what do you say in your head? Like,
Valley girl. They go straight to California.
I've been watching loads of TV series with loads of Australians in like lately as well. So I kind of have a little bit of just like a neck for accents, I think.
Listen.
I've been fooled by many of
I
you
know,
guys.
but
like Idris Elba, Rick from The Walking Dead, House.
I
No,
don't
I'm
know
not
how
gonna
to
lie.
do it.
So many times.
No, House was shocking to me. House was very, 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 very shocking to me.
I thought Idris was. Idris.
Yeah, Idris was.
Nah. No, Idris doing music was shocking when he released that one record.
Him and Stormzy.
That record. He was, yes.
Oh, that
yeah.
joint was kind of hard.
One
Yeah.
of my paintings is going to be in his studio.
That's
Oh,
dope.
yeah?
That's dope.
Listen, that
Well,
record's
like
fire.
slight drop. Hold on, that was a slight
Yeah.
drop on her part.
It was a flex. It was a flex. She definitely said, "Oh, that's Idris. He'll be in my shop soon, so it's fine." That's what happened. That's what happened.
That's pretty good.
Listen,
That was pretty good, right?
all of you are avoiding the fact that I've asked you to do me a British accent.
British. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. You've got to try it.
I would try it, but I would offend you. It would be
I've
highly
tried.
offensive.
I've tried,
Why
and
can't America-
oftentimes it turns into a different accent.
It's hard.
And so because of that, I just say, fuck it. Bloody hell.
I would say, Timmy bit me. That it?
I can't even tell you how bad that was. That was like really awful.
It was bad, right? That's what I'm saying.
It's offensive. It's offensive.
I've offended our guest.
Yeah, you've offended our guest. Great job, Wilson. Great job. NAHLI, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen, let them know where they can find you, where they can get your music, where they can go follow you, support you, everything. Let them know.
Everything is NAHLI Music, NAHLI Music, across Twitter, across Instagram, across Facebook, across everything.
Yeah.
Are you going to do one of these? Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably going to do one of these. Like, we'll figure it out. Yeah, you do that right now. There you go. Boom.
Sid is working on it.
Sid will do it. Sid will do it. He's the man.
Sid was like, oh, now I got more work to do.
Yeah, he's like, I'll figure it out. Sid, listen. I have to say it. Thank you for coming on. Listen, be sure to subscribe, guys. Hit the notification button, be notified for our latest to the greatest episode. Again, we want to thank NAHLI for joining us and sharing all of her perspectives and her art and her music and everything else. Outside of that, be safe, be kind, be gentle, and above all, be understanding. Be understanding, people. That's what the world needs right now more than anything else, is just a little bit more understanding. That said, I'm Brandon Killabh HO.
I am the regular Nas.
I'm Wilson.
NAHLI, you gotta do your own.
And I'm NAHLI.
Yeah, we didn't prep her for that.
We didn't prep her for that. We'll get better at that. And then, as always, Chris.
Chris, cut it. We done.
No, Chris, you there? No.